Hi, I am Barbara O'Neill. If you're over 60, every move you make, or don't make, matters for your heart. You might think some of those popular workouts are keeping you strong, but what if I told you they could actually be harming your heart each day? I'm not here to frighten you. I'm here to help you stay safe. I've treated countless seniors who felt perfectly fine, then discovered high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, or heart strain they never saw coming. And it wasn't because they were eating poorly or sitting still. It was because they were doing the wrong kind of exercise. Workouts that were too hard, too sudden, or just too much for an older heart that needs gentle care. Most people over 60 don't even realize they're making this mistake. I'm asking you to stop 5 types of exercise that may be weakening your heart instead of strengthening it. Don't worry, I'll also tell you exactly what to do instead. Keep watching, because your heart deserves the very best care. And believe it or not, habit number 1 might be something you're doing right now. By the way, I'd love to know where you are watching from. Drop your town or city in the comments below. Number 1, high-intensity interval training and overexertion, a silent threat to the aging heart. After 60, your heart isn't the same steady engine it was in your younger years. It becomes more fragile, more vulnerable, and less forgiving of sudden extremes. That's why high-intensity interval training can be one of the riskiest workouts. I've seen too many of you dive into these popular routines, believing that the harder you sweat, the healthier you'll be. But the reality is this. Those fast, powerful pushes place huge, sudden demands on a heart that might already be coping with high blood pressure, irregular beats, or stiffened arteries. When you drive yourself into breathless sprints, your heart must pump much harder and much faster than it was built to handle. For many seniors, that doesn't build strength. It builds danger. What's even harder to spot is that the damage often happens quietly. Your heart struggles beneath the surface. Your blood pressure edges up without warning. Your heartbeat can wobble. You might feel a bit lightheaded or extra tired, shrug it off as just getting older, and keep going. Meanwhile, your heart is waving a red flag you can't always see until it's too late. The saddest part? Many of you choose these workouts because you want to stay independent, live longer, or keep pace with younger friends. But pushing past your body's safe limits can change your life forever. Exercise should give your heart strength, not send it into crisis. Instead, try gentle walking, tai chi, or light swimming. These low-impact activities move your body without the sudden shocks. They work together with your heart, not against it. In your 60s, 70s, and beyond, remember, safety is true strength. Longevity comes from consistency, not extremes. Now that we've covered habit number 1, let's turn to the next common mistake I see, something you might not even notice at home or in the gym. Let's move on to point number 2. Number 2, core crunches and heavy lifting. You've probably heard that strength training helps keep us mobile, steady, and independent as we get older. And that's true. But as a heart specialist, I've seen a hidden danger in the very exercises meant to protect us. When you do crunches, sit-ups, or lift heavy weights without knowing what's happening inside your body, you could be putting your heart at risk. It's because straining during a crunch or heaving a heavy dumbbell spikes the pressure inside your belly and chest. That pressure pushes inward and upward, forcing a sudden jump in your blood pressure and making your heart work extra hard. For an aging heart, especially one already dealing with stiff arteries or built-up plaque, this extra burden can be the breaking point. I've treated seniors who fainted in mid-rep, felt chest pain during a lift, or gone into irregular heart rhythms right after what seemed like a normal workout. The irony is that these folks were only trying to stay healthy, but the body you have in your 60s or 70s isn't the same as 30 years ago. Your blood vessels are less stretchy, and your heart can't handle sudden pressure changes the way it used to. Even a single misstep in lifting or a rushed abdominal crunch can lead to unexpected and dangerous consequences. That doesn't mean you must give up strength training entirely. Instead, let's modify it with care. First, swap heavy weights for resistance bands. They give you a good workout without overwhelming your heart. Second, move slowly and with control. Focus on smooth, deliberate motions instead of fast reps. Third, work with a trainer who knows about heart health. They can guide you through safe routines tailored to your needs. You don't have to stop building muscle. You just need to stop shocking your system. Number 3, exercising in extreme temperatures. We all know exercise is good for us, but for those of us over 60, when and where we move can be just as important as how we move. I've seen well-intentioned seniors bundle up for a winter stroll or venture out on a scorching summer afternoon, unaware that the air around them is putting extra strain on their hearts. After 60, your body doesn't regulate temperature as well as it used to. In cold weather, your blood vessels tighten to keep you warm, which can raise your blood pressure and stress a heart already coping with hypertension or plaque in the arteries. When it's hot, your vessels open up, your heart pounds to cool you down, and you can become dehydrated before you even notice. In both cold and heat, your heart is working overtime, not from the walk itself, but just to help you survive the weather. I've treated patients who collapsed on a neighborhood path during a heat wave, and others who struggled to breathe after only a few minutes in frosty air. These aren't rare cases, they're clear warning signs. Many seniors don't realize how quickly temperature extremes can upset their cardiovascular balance. Your heart doesn't have to run a marathon to feel stressed. Instead, make exercise a gentle, healing act, not a hazard. When possible, choose indoor spaces where the temperature stays comfortable. Drink water before you go out. Sip it during your activity and have more afterward. Dress in layers that breathe when it's warm and cozy layers when it's cool. Most importantly, pay close attention to what your body is telling you. If you feel chills, dizziness, or overheating, head inside and rest. All right, that's point 3. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, jumping, rapid movements, and sudden direction changes. There's something about fast-paced exercise that feels invigorating, like we're defying age. Things like jumping jacks, stair sprints, burpees, or quick aerobics routines might look harmless or even exciting, but after 60, those same movements can quietly cause problems for a body that no longer tolerates shock, speed, or sudden shifts the way it once did. I've seen strong, proud seniors in my clinic who tried to keep up with younger classmates or online workouts, and soon afterward, they experienced dizzy spells, racing hearts, or even unexplained falls. This isn't about weakness. It's about how our bodies change over time. As we grow older, our reflexes slow down, our balance isn't as steady, and our arteries become stiffer. When you jump up, twist, or turn quickly, your cardiovascular system gets hit with a sudden storm of demands. Your blood pressure can jump up and down, your heart might beat irregularly, and your body struggles to deliver enough oxygen. These movements don't just challenge your muscles, they confuse your entire system. What feels like a simple jump or lunge to you may be a tough coordination and balance test for your aging body. For anyone with even mild heart issues, this can raise the risk of an abnormal heartbeat or a dangerous fall. What's heartbreaking is that so many of you do these exercises simply to stay active, feel younger, and maintain independence. But true strength at this stage of life isn't about how fast you move, it's about how carefully you protect what matters most. Instead, choose slow, flowing activities like water aerobics or gentle stretching. They look less dramatic, but they are incredibly effective. These movements stabilize your body, calm your heart, and help you enjoy a longer, safer, and more comfortable life. Number 5. Exercising too late at night. At first, an evening workout can seem perfect. The day is over, the house is quiet, and you finally have time to move. But for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, late-night exercise can quietly interfere with something our bodies desperately need: a good, restorative sleep. I've seen it so many times: seniors taking a walk after dinner, doing light cardio just before bed, or squeezing in a quick workout at night out of habit. But even gentle activity too close to bedtime can rev up your nervous system, raise your heart rate, and push back your body's natural wind down into deep, healing rest. As we age, our sleep grows more fragile. Our internal clock becomes extra sensitive to any disruption. When you exercise late at night and raise your core temperature or adrenaline, you're telling your body stay alert, just when it should be settling into relaxation. And here's the hidden danger: poor sleep is tied to higher blood pressure, more inflammation, insulin resistance, and even irregular heart rhythms. Your heart needs rest as much as your muscles do. If you regularly trade deep sleep for evening activity, you might be unknowingly robbing your heart of its prime time for repair and recovery. I'm not saying you should stop moving, but just time it right. Morning or early afternoon exercise helps you sleep better, keeps your energy steady, and supports healthier heart function. So make your evenings a time to slow down, not speed up, because while daytime movement builds strength, nighttime rest heals your heart. In 2021, researchers published a scoping review in Sports Medicine. They investigated high-intensity interval training protocols in adults aged 65 and older, reported mixed outcomes, while many participants experienced significant gains in maximal oxygen consumption, peak, and functional capacity. Unmodified training sessions also imposed excessive cardiovascular stress, manifesting as abrupt blood pressure spikes, arrhythmias, and even fainting episodes in those without proper medical clearance or supervision. If you've made it this far, thank you. It shows you care not just about adding years to your life, but making those years better. And now, I'm not speaking to you as a doctor. I'm speaking as someone who has sat beside many seniors in hospital rooms, people full of wisdom and joy, only to see a single choice, a single habit, or a single workout change everything. So many of them said, "I didn't think it was a big deal." That phrase haunts me because after 60, almost everything is a big deal. What you eat, how you move, when you rest, and how you handle stress. Your heart has been working for you without complaint for decades. Now it's asking, sometimes begging, for your attention, not because it's fragile, but because it needs your care. You don't have to train like you did at 30, and you don't have to chase some ideal of active aging if it pushes you past your limits. What you need is consistency, kindness, and awareness. There is no trophy for pushing too hard. Let go of the idea that more is always better. Choose wiser over harder. Walk with care. Rest with intention. Move in harmony with your age, not in rebellion against it. That is real strength. That is real courage. That is what protects your heart. And as you embrace safer, smarter habits, be aware of one last trap: the times you skip movement altogether. When you do nothing for too long, the cost can build in silence. Your heart deserves your wisdom, not your silence. After decades in cardiology, I've learned that the heart doesn't ask for much, yet it gives everything. It beats for you through every emotion, every step, every year. But after 60, it needs you to listen. Not to fear it, but to honor it. The 5 exercises I've asked you to stop aren't bad in themselves. They're just not designed for an aging heart. What once built strength may now cause strain, and that's okay. Aging isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Your path forward shouldn't be about pushing harder. It should be about moving smarter, breathing deeper, and choosing what heals instead of what harms. Let today be the moment you start protecting your heart instead of punishing it. If no one's reminded you, you're never too old and it's never too late. Every gentle choice you make adds years to your life. Now take that next step, carefully, kindly, and with your heart in mind. These ideas are meant to help you live fully and authentically. I'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you've learnt here and how you plan to use it in your life. Drop it in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't stop here. My next video is right on screen, where I share a simple, natural drink that can support your knee health and mobility. Click now to keep caring for your body from head to toe.